I know what you're thinking. Spidey Shiz hasn't made a video in 4 months. Was I lost? Did I let the hate comments start getting to me? Did I just give up on everything and lose passion? And even I can admit that I lost sight of what really mattered most. You see, I had gone months without getting a new Spider-Man figure, let alone even just touching one, posing one. But time moved on, and as it did, I eventually saw the light. I started to feel like the old me again, especially after starting a new job that I absolutely love, getting back into the gym, chasing my dreams, working on music, and just overall surrounding myself with nothing but positivity and doing whatever I needed to do to figure out who I really am and what truly does make me happy. I even got to a point of thinking, is this Spidey Shiz no more? Okay, hold the phone. Let's get into the actual story of what happened, but I'll make it fast for you guys. Basically, I got out of a terrible relationship. I did start a new job, and yeah, like I said earlier, I've been focusing on my music, been focusing on just doing what really makes me happy. My mental health was honestly at a really low point, and it was just awful for a little while. But lately, I've been feeling so much better. The gym and just focusing on what I really care about, like my music, my love for action figures, my love for skateboarding, just all my interests and hobbies, all the things I love, I've been focusing on, and I swear to God, my mental health has been so much better, and I'm just so excited to be back making videos, so let's not waste any more time. Now, when it comes to classic Spider-Man figures, there are a few that I would consider must-haves. There's the Mafex 075, there's the Mezco, which I'm a personal big fan of, there's the SH Figure Arts versions, which are great, but there's one figure from back in 2017 that came out that doesn't get enough love that I think it deserves. So for today's review, we're going to be taking a look at the amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Spider-Man #2 figure. Now when it comes to packaging, I actually do not hate this packaging. Yeah, it's a little more flashy than what we're used to right now with the current Revoltech boxes, but in my opinion, I really like this old comic booky art style. It's very poppy, it's very colorful. I would easily say the inner child in me loves this style. The new current Revoltech boxes kind of just look like iPhone boxes, which is also great. I think the older me appreciates those as well. So, I don't know, I definitely like both styles of packaging. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm here for the figure, man. Let's go. Anyway, let's get into this and open this guy up. I'm so excited to check this thing out. I have never owned this figure before, and this is a bit of a grail, so let's check here. Oh, look at that. Okay. So you get like a little cool cutout background thing if you want to use, but here are the actual accessories, taking the clamshell off, so you can see the figure here in all of its glory, looking beautiful. And one thing I do like about this guy is he doesn't come with too many accessories. One thing I hate is when a figure comes with just way too much stuff. It's hard to manage. This guy comes with all the essentials. The perfect amount of hands, webs, replacement lenses. And speaking of the hands, here's a little closer look at them. What Spider-Man doesn't come without webbing? Come on, of course there's webs. Got a mixture of some short ones, some long ones, and those interchangeable lenses there. We'll take a closer look at those really soon. And here's an overall look at all the accessories there. So in just a standing pose, with his fist hands, he looks badass. And I know there's been a lot of controversy about this figure, about how it doesn't look good in vanilla poses, but I think as long as you pose him right, he actually doesn't look bad at all. He actually looks super muscular and kind of intimidating, to be honest with you. I do personally think the paintwork on this figure is pretty fucking awesome. The web lines are painted really smoothly. The red has a really nice shine to it, but the blue especially. That blue is almost like Iron Man is wearing blue. That metallic is sexy. So he does come with fisted hands, landing hands or wall crawling hands, gripping hands, which you can use for guns if you so please. And in all honesty, these are definitely the best whipping hands I've ever seen. These web shooting hands are amazing. They look so good. They're big, they have the right angles to them, they're just perfect. Now I will say the one thing I love about this figure, probably the most out of any other Spider-Man figure, is genuinely the articulation. This figure is able to get into just amazing low dynamic poses And honestly, he's able to get into poses I've never been able to even do with a Spider-Man figure before. Just messing around with the Revoltech joints and getting used to them. Once you do and you figure it out, you're really able to put this thing in whatever pose you so want. You want him swinging around, web shooting, flying in any direction pretty much possible. As long as you're patient and figure out how to work the joints, you'll be able to pull off any pose you want. I cannot stress how crazy this figure is. It's amazing. So if you actually read the instructions, which let's be honest, we never do, it'll say that you can do this kind of little hanging rope thing with the web, which I did attempt to pull off here, and I don't know, it's kind of a gimmicky thing. Not really my type of thing for photos and pictures, but if you like it, you can do whatever you want with it. It's definitely cool that it comes with it. Not necessary, that's for sure. And then like I said earlier, he has these interchangeable lenses for his eyes, which honestly, I don't really care for the majority of them, especially these first two. I tried having fun with them, but where the money is these low squinting eyes. These low squinting eyes are so menacing and just put a whole nother feel on this figure. They just make him extra, like I said, menacing, more badass, more, this is classic original Spider-Man, Ditko style Spider-Man, you know what I mean? So I absolutely love these lenses, and I had a lot of fun with photos and stuff like that with these guys on, that's for sure. So you want to talk about articulation, eh? You want to talk about articulation? This thing's got the best articulation. Honestly, this figure blew me away when it came to the articulation, when it came to every part of the figure, from the head moving all the way up as high as it can there, with the neck. You get a lot of movement and mobility. There's even an extra piece on the back of the head to give you more movement. So yeah, like I said, it blew me away. I just had to get used to it. So the neck and the head move in pretty much any direction you want, super high up. The shoulders pop up and down. They rotate 360. The elbows swivel. They rotate around. They go up and down. The wrists have full mobility and full movement. The torso and waist area is also super crunchable. You can move it far back, but you can also move it even more far forward, which is crazy. And it also can swivel. So literally every area in this figure that you see is movable. And sometimes it could be actually hard to get him back into his normal vanilla pose to make him look just super clean, straight, how he came out of the box. That's why I highly recommend you do get used to all the joints and just get used to the way the figure moves around and where things go and how they get placed back before you get too far ahead of yourself. Because yeah, even I was at first just kind of a little bit confused with how some of the joints went back to make him look more, like I say, normal in a vanilla pose. It got a little confusing, but once you get used to it, it's literally effortless to put him in poses. As you can see, I'm just playing around with him, getting him in different crunches and crouches and whatnot, and he's just able to hit anything. And it's like I say, it's a whole lot of fun, man. Like, this figure is one that I do understand where a lot of the controversies come from. Yes, it's super stylized. It's more of an animated Spider-Man. Definitely a very Japanese style Spider-Man. But, like, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with having a bit more of a comic booky, cartoony, stylized figure. I think it puts a lot of fun factor on the figure, if you ask me. Obviously, we have the classic figures like the Sentinels, the Mafexes, the SH Figuarts, and they all have pretty normal proportions. But when it comes to figures like this that have, like I say, more comic booky, cartoony proportions, more anime style proportions, I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think that just adds a whole other level of fun to the figure. Honestly, it just adds more to it, and it also makes the user, makes the person posing the figure have to learn a bit more. It has to make you be challenged a bit, which is good. We want to progress as posers and as action figure photographers, and just, we love doing this for fun, but we want to make it look as cool as we can too, so at the end of the day, we can feel a type of way about our collections, about our videos, whatever we do. We want to be proud about this stuff. So I do think if you need a figure to step up your game, and like I say, you just genuinely want to learn how to progress and get better at posing, get a figure like this that has a bit more complicated joints, because in that way you're going to be forced to learn how to use it, how to get used to it, and then from there you can literally pose any figure you'd want. I mean, if you can pose a Revoltech or an amazing Yamaguchi figure, you could pose your Marvel Legends, your Mafexes, your SH Figuarts, your Mezcos. You could take all of those and bring them to a whole new skill set, in my opinion. This figure personally had me evolve a lot and learn a lot. Once you pick this figure up, you're not going to want to put it down. I think I filmed this video for like 4 hours just because I had so much fun posing it. And yeah, if you're a beginner at posing, maybe this figure will be difficult for you, but I cannot stress enough how much owning a figure like this helps you improve at your posing. And not only does it help you improve, but because it has different joints than your usual figure, like your Mafex figure, for example, this figure is engineered so differently. So like I say, it forces you to have to think out of the box. And I think that's a very, very good thing. I don't think enough figure companies are doing this. I think everybody has a formula. Everybody's used to what they know. And because of that, the figure market is a little bit kind of just same old right now. And I gotta say, guys, dipping back into 2017, getting my hands on this thing recently, it really opened my eyes up. It opened my mind up. I'm realizing now I like more out of the box, different kind of stylized figures, especially these amazing Yamaguchis. I recently picked up the Iron Man and the War Machine as well. I'm getting used to them, but not only that, I'm having so much fun getting them into low, dynamic, different poses that I usually wouldn't see myself doing with action figures. But we need figures like these to open our minds up and realize, like, okay, there's a lot more to posing and having fun with our figures than we thought. So that's pretty much all I got for today's video, guys. I was super stoked to pick this thing up. It is a grail for me. And if you guys are able to get it out there, definitely do so. I think the controversy from back in the day is all aged terribly. I think this figure has aged so well. And I'm going to give it, and honestly, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.